So, guys, next I want to get into BetUS, but I do want to revisit last week's picks, which I will do right. The Jaguars are 3.5-point favorites. The over-under is actually at 41.5. I will say that the Jaguars win, and I think that the Jaguars will cover as well. I have the under on 41.5. I think the Jaguars win this one 20-10. We're going to move on to Jordan.
I'm 100% with you. I think the Jaguars cover. I think they win. I think it's under 41. I just
right,
don't see the Browns putting up that many points.
Jags win 21-20. The under by a hook, and they don't cover the spread.
You are outmatched 2-1, okay?
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
The underdog's coming in. So we're going to put 20 on it. Okay, 20. This stream is powered by BetUS. If any of these lines interest you, 150% deposit bonus. So if we go ahead and look at the current standings, because I am taking score of this. So last week, me and Jordan went 1-2 in our picks, and shout out to Jason, 2-1.
2 of 3.
When we what's that?
2 of 3.
Yeah. And
right.
And when we look at overall records, me and Jordan are no, it looks like Jordan is 2-4. I am 3-3, and Jason is 5-1. So shout out to Jason. And I think most importantly is the picks against the spread. Me and Jordan are each 1-1, and Jason is 2-0 and picking against the spread. So Jason, how do you do it, my man?
You know, I'm going to go on a limb and just say I have a significant more gambling experience than the both of you.
No doubt.
The real answer is I've gotten lucky. That's the real answer.
Gotcha. But yeah, this upcoming game. So the Jaguars. I guess I'll ask you guys. What do you guys think? What do you guys think the line is this upcoming weekend on BetUS?
I already looked at it.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen. I'm kind of filibustering right now. Okay, what do you think it is, Jordan?
4.5 Bills.
It is
6.
It is currently at 5. Jaguars are 5-point underdogs. So let me.
Okay, I was close.
Yeah. A little bit. My service is sick. I'm sorry. I use BetUS. So it must have changed.
But yeah, Jaguars are 5-point underdogs, which, yeah, this one we'll go ahead and we'll preview this game a little bit, and at the very end, like we always do, we'll put a little bit of fun money on this one. Of course, Jason is kind of the champion so far, but yeah, this line interests you guys. We have a 150% deposit bonus on your first deposit on BetUS, like you can see right here. So that's on your first deposit. Then on your second and third deposits is a 125% sign up bonus up to $2,000. So they also have 24/7 customer service, quick 24-hour payouts. So you just go to betus.com and type in promo code YouTube150. They're going to hook you up over there. So when we look at this, guys, going into this weekend, the Jaguars are obviously going to be playing in Buffalo. It's Monday Night Football, and it's a 7:30 kickoff. There's actually a double header, which is interesting. I'm kind of glad we get the extra hour because I like to go to bed early. But yeah, the Jaguars are, like I said, 5-point underdogs. Everyone's going to be picking the Bills. I mean, the Bills are looking really good right now. They're 2-0. They just beat down the Miami Dolphins, who, yeah, that was an ugly game on Thursday Night Football. They have a lot of rest because they played that on Thursday night. So, they get, like 10 days rest before they play the Jaguars. So, I guess we'll start with Jason. Jason, going into this game, what is your confidence level ahead of this one?
It's not high. It's definitely not high if we base off of the last 2 games. The Bills are a good team. The Jags tend to have the Bills number, though. And what scares me the most about the Bills is Josh Allen's ability to run. He typically does a good job scrambling against us and picking up yards with his feet. I don't know if he has the receiver power he's had in the past, but the defense is always good. I think they're doing a good job of establishing the run. And I think it's not high. That's for sure.
How about you, Jordan?
Yeah, I wouldn't say confidence is high in a win. The Jaguars offense has to do more to get out of their own way before you can be like, yeah, go Jags. Let's win this football game, right? But I do think it's a really interesting matchup, and I was on Cover One last night disguised coverage with Anthony, which if you want to look at some matchups, y'all can go watch that after you watch this. But
Where's that at? Where's that? Where can we find that?
Cover One on YouTube.
Cover One. Okay.
Yeah, they're great Bills channel. They do a lot more than just Bills, but they started out as just Bills. But basically, I think it's interesting, Jaguars defense versus the Bills offense, because if there was a team that you're more worried about with having Tyson Campbell out, it's a team that has a legit number one outside receiver. The Bills don't have that right now. Most of their targets are being funneled inside to Khalil Shakir, to Dalton Kincaid. And so that's interesting to me. You know, Buster Brown isn't going to be going against a Stephon Diggs. And you look at what the Bills did last year, their offense getting it going against the Jaguars. It was Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis, who had 100 yards against the Jaguars, who's obviously not with the Bills anymore. So I think that's really interesting to watch how it goes with the Jaguars outside corners versus Bills outside receivers. But then also, as Jason mentioned, they've been able to get the ground game going in a big way. The Jaguars have been pretty darn good against the run, except for in short yardage situations. And they've allowed 3.8 yards per carry. Devin Lloyd and Foye Oluokun are playing wonderful football. And I think your edges are doing darn good against the run as well. So, and the corners are playing physical against the run too. So those are some interesting matchups in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I went ahead and linked the video that Jordan was with Cover One. Looks like it's a pretty detailed oriented video. So if you guys want to digest something like that, yeah, it's right over there. And you know, it's funny, the Jaguars and like this game is funny because, I mean, first of all, the Jaguars do have a good history against, you know, the Bills. When we look back at the last, you know, Trevor Lawrence and Josh Hines Allen are both 2-0 against Josh Allen. Also, you know, we have the success in the playoffs against them, and you know, we beat them most recently in the 2017 playoffs at home, and beat them in London last year when they were all complaining. So we definitely have like a funny history against them. And this is just a type of game where everybody that's going to count us out of it. And all of a sudden the Jaguars somehow go there and beat them by like 14. And we're sitting here like, what kind of team are we? So, you know, this game, like it's really tricky. And unfortunately we're in the situation where these next two games are pretty much must win. And we have the Bills, who are playing like the best team in the AFC, and we have the Texans, who are also, you know, these are two of the three best teams in the AFC right now. You know, not going to kind of put anybody over the Chiefs right now. But gosh, it is definitely tough. Confidence meter is probably pretty low right now. I'm almost in a situation with the Jaguars where I feel apathetic, where I'm like, okay, let me put my expectations really, really low so they can kind of surprise me if they do anything crazy. But yeah, the Jaguars obviously have a chance to win this one. They, I mean, you have a chance to win pretty much any NFL game. And, you know, it's funny with these NFL games because, you know, they all these close games, they come down to like one or two plays. Like, you know, obviously, I think we all agree if Travis Etienne doesn't fumble against the Dolphins, we go up 24-7 and we win that game. You know, even last game, you know, you don't have the illegal shift. You know, you're going to get a touchdown. And maybe that shifts things. And there's also things the other way. I mean, we saw, you know, Amari Cooper drop a wide open pass that would have set them up in really good field position. You know, Dustin Hopkins obviously jumped off sides, and, you know, it allowed the Jaguars to get the ball back when they almost got the ball basically at the 25-yard line up 10-0. So, you know, the NFL, it's all about, you know, these different plays, and can the ball bounce our way? You know, the ball didn't bounce our way when, who was it? Deontay Foreman, I think it was, fumbled. There's just so many different situations here, and, you know, it's really tough. It's really tough. So when I look at this one, I'm not sure if I'm going to necessarily pick the Jaguars to win, but I guess I'll ask you guys if there any last thoughts before we actually go through and, you know, we pick who we think's going to win, and we do some different we look at these different over-unders.
I think you'll see a different Jags team this week, based off of what we saw with Trevor in the press conference, the pressure that's on the team, and their ability to play better on the road. I think you'll see a different team this week than we saw last week.
Interesting.
Yeah, they've started out better on the road consistently. I don't know why. It's like, it's so bizarre. You would think like
we needed a vacation to
energy,
London to get back right last year.
Yeah.
Right? It's insane, but there's no question. And Trevor Lawrence has been good on Monday night. He's been good in prime time.
He has.
So I agree with Jason there.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and take a look at this one. So right now the Jaguars are 5-point underdogs. The over/under is set at 45.5. So we'll start with Jordan, since right now you technically have the worst record. We'll do Jason last, because if I did Jason before me, I would just cheat off of him.
Thank you.
So
Or you'd pick the opposite, trying to pick up some ground.
yeah, maybe I'll try to pick up some ground, because we're down for the count right now. Okay, but luckily, hey, the Jaguars are 0-2, but at the same time, there's 15 games left. Okay, Jason. So we have 15 games left to be able to recover, and it's not about how you start; it's how you finish.
That's
Jason.
a good point.
So we'll start with you, Jordan. I guess give us some thoughts. Do you think the Jaguars win outright? Do you think the Jags cover? The over/under's at 45.5. So let's hear it.
I'll take under. I think that certainly it could go over, but I think a game in the low 20s makes sense. Low 20s, high teens, maybe the winners in the low 20s, losers in the high teens, something like that. Jaguars defense has played really well this year. Bills defense has played really well. I know you've got some good quarterbacks, but I could see this being a game where it's not a ton of points. I would take the Jags to cover with 5. I think that that's fair. And we normally pick 3 things.
Right? The winner
and out the winner, the outright winner.
That's a tough one. I mean, you should pick the Bills, obviously. I think objectively the Bills would be the pick. Something's telling me Jaguars, though. It's crazy.
Uh-oh. So what are you locking in? I need to hear a final answer.
I'm going to go Jags.
Oh, let's go. So Jordan,
I feel really good about covering and under, but
all right,
got to make up some games here. We'll see.
All right, so Jordan has the Jaguars winning outright, which obviously means the Jaguars cover, and he's got the under. So I'll go next. Okay, I'll go next. I'm figuring the Jaguars right here. Jaguars are winning this game. Okay, Jaguars are winning this game, which also means that the Jaguars are going to cover the 5 points, and I guess I'm also going under. Okay, me and Jordan, we're falling down with the ship. Okay, we're gonna keep matching each other, because neither of us are huge Jag fans. Neither of us are biased, so we only pick these games with an unbiased viewpoint. So that's what I'm gonna take. And if I didn't say, we're going the under. So next up, we'll have Jason the downer. Jason, what are you feeling this game?
And just so you guys know, I lock in these bets before we even do the show. So I'm giving you honestly what I picked. I'm with you, Dalton. I think the Jags win outright. I think the Jags cover the spread, and I think the game hits the over on this game.
Okay.
Oh, let's go. Okay, guys. So we have a clean sweep here. Okay, clean sweep. The Jaguars are going to win this one outright. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pick the Jaguars money line, since all of us think that we're just going to go ahead and win straight up. So let's see what $20 is going to net us. It's going to net us $41. How about we do 30? I keep doing 20. Okay, we're going to do 30. Okay, we're putting down 30 on this game. We're going to place the bet. We're going to lock it in. And if you guys are interested, like I said, go to betus.com and then use promo code YouTube150. You are going to be able to get a 150% sign-up bonus if you haven't used it already. And if you have, then 125% deposit bonus on your second and third picks. And then we're going to keep on monitoring this, because I think this is pretty fun. So yeah, shout out to BetUS for sponsoring this stream and sponsoring this segment as we move on. And there's some other business I want to talk